What is up, beautiful people? Here is my plan to live rent-free next year. Yep, completely rent-free. No payments. I always have a roof over my head for no cost. It's by buying a fourplex. You can do this with as little as 3.5% to 5% down. Get tenants to cover almost your entire mortgage and build real equity while living either rent-free or nearly rent-free. So here's exactly how I'd find the deal, finance it, and execute it step by step in 2025. Let's freaking go. The easiest way to start is Zillow. Not by typing in Fourplex, but by setting your filter to multifamily. Then zoom in on your cities and nearby suburbs. Now here's where most people mess up. They scroll for 5 minutes, say there's nothing, and then quit. Instead, I heart every single property that I think could be a deal. That trains the Zillow algorithm, so every day it starts by showing me better properties that actually fit my criteria. Do this for a week and your Zillow feed becomes your private deal machine. When I'm scrolling, here's what I'm voting for. Fourplexes, generally priced below the area's median, at least 2-bed, 1-bath units. You don't want it to be 1-1s. Separate utilities is really key and something I could rent right away, not a full rehab project. The sweet spot is the best neighborhood, worst property, because rents are based on the location, but the price is discounted because the property looks roughish. Maybe it has outdated kitchens or ugly carpets, something you could do for minimal cost, right? Those are easy, high return updates once I move in. And here's another trick to make your offer stronger. If you've done your homework as an investor, you can waive the buy-side commission. That gives the seller room to lower the price without losing money on paper. That one move can save $10,000 to $20,000, especially in competitive markets. Now, let's talk about how to finance it. You've got two main plays here. Option 1 is an FHA loan with 3.5% down. FHA lets you buy up to 4 units as long as you live in one of them. You'll pay mortgage insurance, but it's worth it because you're getting in the game cheap. Option 2 is a conventional loan, 5% down. Owner occupied 2 to 4 unit properties. No mortgage insurance after 20% equity, and usually a lower rate if your credit is solid. When I talk to lenders, I ask 3 things. Do you regularly close 2 to 4 unit owner occupied deals? Will you let me use the market rent from the other units to help qualify, which they almost always do? And what's the self-sufficiency test on this loan? That test basically means the rents from the other 3 units need to cover a percentage of the total payment. If it passes, perfect. If it doesn't, I move on to the next property. Now let's talk about what to actually look for. I'm chasing stability and cash flow, so I target neighborhoods where people stay long-term, rent stays steady, and tenant quality is strong, usually near hospitals, schools, or job centers. Then I look for the worst property on the best street. Peeling paint, dated interiors, tired landscaping, that's where the upside is. And usually this can only cost like another 10 to 20 grand, depending on how much stuff needs to be done. I want the units that scare lazy buyers and not the tenants. When I run my numbers, I want the other 3 units to cover 70 to 100% of PITI. If it's less than that, there needs to be a reason, like under market rents I can raise or expenses I can clean up. And I always buy conservative. I'm not counting on appreciation. I want it to make sense day one. Once my offer gets accepted, here's how I execute. I move fast on inspection and appraisal. If comps come in light, I already have better ones ready. If it still doesn't work, we'll walk away, right? Use seller credits to cover closing costs if the loan allows it. It makes it where you can even come with less down than what we've already put. Move into 1 unit within the lender's required window to stay compliant. Rent the other 3 units out on 12-month leases. Screen carefully for income, background, and landlord history. Between tenants, I clean, paint, and upgrade lightly. Smart locks I like using, new lighting, modern hardware, durable floors, and bright fixtures. These little touches attract better tenants and justify higher rents. All you have to do is just track every number, income, expenses, maintenance, because when your lender sees that you're running it professionally, they'll fund your next deal faster. You want to be making relationships with lenders so you keep getting more deals. Within a few months, you're living for free or close to it while building equity every single month. That's how real wealth starts. After a year or 2, you can move out, keep the quadplex as a rental, and repeat the process again. If you pick the right location, finance it correctly, and manage it simply, a fourplex can wipe out your housing costs and set you up for your next property faster than almost anything else. It's not glamorous, it's not get rich quick, it's just math and consistency. But if you execute this plan right, your tenants will pay off your property and you'll live nearly rent-free in a home that's actually making you money. If this helped, hit subscribe and drop your city in the comments. I'll reply with a first pass rent target for your area and what I treat for your market. And if you need a lender who specializes in 2 to 4 unit house hacks, comment officer. I'll connect you with someone who can help you get approved, walk you through the rent qualification math step by step. He's amazing. He's helped me get pre-approved in the past for other properties. And I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.